Let's powder some shells and talk about this mobile home park that I went to the other day. We'll make this part 1 in the series. And because it's part 1, I want to tell you how I actually found this mobile home park. There's a website called Loopnet, loopnet.com. And that is the website where commercial real estate goes to die, basically. If you're in the real estate world, you already know that. If you're not in the real estate world, what I mean by that is that most commercial real estate is sold before it's listed, or it's sold via the network that exists with commercial real estate brokers. If it doesn't sell in that network, then they post it on places like Loopnet. CREX is another one. And then there's another website you can go to look for mobile homes called themobilehomestore.com. All right, here's my first little round of egg powder. And we've got a little bit more to go. So anyway, Loopnet is where I found this particular property. And I'm going to be honest, when I found it, I was about to put it on here and tell y'all about it, but got a little greedy. If you remember when I was teaching y'all about owner financing, I think it was back in February, I was doing a video of trying to find a property that was available for owner financing, and was going to teach y'all all about it. If you remember back in February, I was doing some videos about owner financing and teaching you guys what that was and all of that. Well, I, in my search for a property that I could give you guys as an example, found this property. It's my last little batch. That's what we got. Does y'all stuff smoke like this? Now, while I'm not proud to admit that I got a little greedy when I saw this property, it is the honest to God truth. Because your girl is self-employed and doesn't have a 401k. And I didn't want, when I saw this, I didn't want anybody, I didn't want to give it away. I wanted to go after it myself. Boy, did I learn a lesson. Let's go give my chickens some ice and feed our plants. Now, I wasn't able to go down and see this property right away when I found it on Loopnet. Like I said, I've been trying to sell the business, so I had to figure that out first. But when that didn't work, I just kept my eye on it. And I even told one couple about it who was interested in going in as partners with me and my husband on it. Gotta let the mongrels out or else none of this works. So that didn't work because they ended up deciding to do something else. But in the process of me telling them about it, and this was probably about a month ago, I reached back out to the owner just to make sure it was still available, and it was. Let's see if we can't get all this in one situation. We'll see. Somebody's hungry. Okay, if you just give me a minute, please. Oh, y'all been greedy. Excuse me. Thank you. There we go. So, long story short, I decided to go on down there and check it out myself. Now, down here in the South, I don't know if it's everywhere, but folks will say that's what you get for doing whatever, right? Well, this is what I get for being greedy. All right, let's get these girls some water. Some nice cold ice water that won't be ice water for too long. Some good old ACV. It's going to be 100 and something today, or at least it's going to feel like 100 and something today. I know it, Mama. I think you guys are good to go. I'll check on y'all later, okay? All right. Get over here. This dog. Where have you been? Which brings me to my point. Homesteading is expensive, and you need money coming from somewhere in order to do this for real. Because I can't go feed my chickens or let them out for any length of time because we got a piece of fencing that was missing. And yeah. We're gonna give the girls a little bit more food and finally go feed our plants. I see you, girl. Get away from my eggshells. Let's top y'all off. There we go. Now y'all are good. Y'all want some of these? I'll give you some. There we go. All right, now I can finally feed my plants. Let's start with my mint. Give her a nice little douse. And my rosemary. And this is my chamomile, trying to do a little something. One other site I forgot to tell y'all about is Craigslist. That's a good site too. But anyway, so I went down there and saw that the property looked like it was definitely beyond its last leg. The owner did tell me it needed work, but there's nothing like being able to go see firsthand what that means. And it needed a ton of work. I'll be sure to show y'all some video footage in my next video in this little series. All right, everybody got a little something when it comes to the eggs, and I'll come back with some rabbit fertilizer. I'm not sure where the money that he told me he was getting per month is actually coming from after having seen this property. And like I said, I'll do another video in this series that shows you the actual property itself. But bottom line, I want you to learn from this video where to go to start looking. And that's Loopnet. I think it's CREXI. And it's actually mobilehomeparkstore.com and then Craigslist. Now, keep in mind, when I say owner financing is sometimes available, that also is going to come with a bunch of question marks on why is it not able to be financed. There's going to be something there that's going to possibly be an issue. Could be a lot of upside potential. And that's why I like this particular property, because it had a lot of upside potential. But I'll talk to y'all about that in the next one. Peace. So upside potential is another way of saying that you can force the appreciation of the property, which means that you can accelerate the value of the property by doing certain key things. But one thing you cannot do with commercial real estate is assume that you're going to be able to do it without any money. You've got to have some cash, okay? You will never hear me on this app advise you to try to buy real estate without any money, ever. Investing in a mobile home park is not something that you should take lightly, and it's not something that you should do with very little cash and go in trying to bootstrap it. I wouldn't advise it, especially if it's got a lot of upside potential. You want to have some cash on hand so you can do capital improvements. And if you don't have that saved, you need to use what's between your ears and create something that creates that money so that you can go buy you one so that you can actually do this, what I'm talking about. So go to the link in my bio and schedule a 15-minute call so I can help you figure out what that thing is. I'll see you in the next video.